You are standing at a food cart, or maybe in the line at a baseball game, and the choice is almost automatic. A hot dog. It is hot, fast, cheap, and familiar. You take it, add mustard or ketchup, and eat it without giving it much thought. That is what makes it so interesting. A hot dog is one of those foods people consume constantly, yet rarely stop to examine. And the moment they do, the questions start. What is actually inside it? Why does it have that smooth, uniform texture? And why has such a common food earned such a strange reputation? To answer that, we have to go back before factories, before stadiums, and even before the hot dog itself, to the older world of sausage. Let's get into it right here on Secrets of Simple Things. Before the hot dog, there was the sausage. The hot dog did not appear out of nowhere. Long before it was sold at stadiums and from carts on crowded corners, it belonged to a much older family of foods, sausage. Its roots are usually traced to Europe, especially Germany, where finely ground, seasoned meats were stuffed into casings and made into sausages. Among the best known were the Frankfurter, associated with Frankfurt, and the Wiener, linked to Vienna. In structure and idea, they were already close to the modern hot dog. When German immigrants brought these sausages to the United States in the 19th century, they entered a country that was rapidly urbanizing. Cities were growing, streets were busier, and more people needed food that was cheap, hot, filling, and easy to eat while standing or walking. Sausages fit that need almost perfectly. Once placed inside a bread roll, they became even more practical, easy to hold, easy to eat on the move, and easy to sell to large crowds. That convenience helped make them part of public food culture. They appeared at fairs, on street corners, and eventually at baseball games, where they became tied to a classic American eating ritual. By then, the hot dog was no longer just an old European sausage. It had become a modern food with a clear history behind it. But history only explains where hot dogs came from, not why people still feel uneasy about what goes into them. The part that gave hot dogs their reputation. The question that follows hot dogs everywhere is simple. What meat actually goes into them? Most hot dogs are made from beef, pork, chicken, or some combination of those meats. Some are labeled all beef, while others are mixed. The key detail is that they usually do not rely on the premium cuts people picture first. Instead, they often use what the meat industry calls trimmings. That word is where much of the discomfort begins. It sounds vague, and vague food terms invite bad assumptions. But trimmings are not garbage, and they are not the bizarre material people sometimes imagine. They are the smaller pieces of edible meat left behind after larger cuts such as steaks, chops, and roasts have been removed. These pieces are still real meat, still regulated, and still suitable for human consumption. That matters because hot dogs are often discussed as though they exist outside the normal food system. In reality, they reflect practical food logic. Once an animal has been processed, it makes sense to use as much edible meat as possible rather than treat smaller pieces as waste. Regulations also place clear limits on what counts as acceptable meat. Things like bones, hair, and hooves are not allowed. The meat used has to be edible muscle tissue approved under food safety rules. That does not make hot dogs premium, but it does explain why their reputation became so strange. The moment people hear leftover pieces, many imagine something worse than the reality. And once those trimmings are used, the next thing that unsettles people is what happens to them. Why the meat turns into a smooth paste. This is the stage that gives hot dogs some of their most unsettling imagery. People see the meat transformed into a smooth pink mixture and feel that something unnatural must be happening. But what looks strange is often just a normal part of food processing seen too closely. After the meat is selected, it is ground very finely and blended with fat, water, and seasoning until it becomes a smooth emulsion. High-speed grinders and emulsifiers help create that texture. The goal is not mystery, the goal is consistency. A hot dog is supposed to have that soft, even bite people instantly recognize. That texture also serves a practical purpose. A fine mixture moves more easily through machinery, fills casings more cleanly, and produces hot dogs that are nearly identical in size, shape, and feel. That matters when a food is made at scale and sold with the promise that each one will feel familiar. Seen that way, the paste is not some shocking secret. It is a technical step, similar in spirit to what happens with bologna, chicken nuggets, and certain other sausages. The discomfort comes mostly from the appearance of the process, not the substance of it. But meat alone still does not make a hot dog. The rest of the story is in the ingredients people rarely think about. The small ingredients that make a hot dog possible. A hot dog is not made of meat alone. Once the mixture is prepared, smaller ingredients help turn it into something stable, recognizable, and safe to sell at scale. Salt deepens flavor and also helps with preservation. Then come the spices, often garlic, paprika, white pepper, and other seasonings that create the savory profile people associate with hot dogs. Manufacturers may also use binders or fillers such as starch or powdered milk. These help hold the mixture together and keep the texture smooth and consistent. The most debated ingredient is sodium nitrite. The name alone is enough to make people suspicious, but its job is direct. It helps prevent dangerous bacteria, especially the kind associated with botulism. It also helps preserve the pink color people expect from a hot dog. Without it, hot dogs would look grayer and spoil faster. That does not mean every concern should be dismissed, but it does mean many of the things that make hot dogs seem artificial exist for practical reasons tied to safety, stability, and consistency. Once all of that comes together, the mixture still has one more step before it starts looking like the hot dogs people recognize. How a factory turns it into a hot dog. At this point, the mixture is ready to stop looking like band start looking like a product. It is pumped into long casings, the thin outer tubes that give hot dogs their shape. Traditionally, casings were made from animal intestines. Today, many manufacturers use collagen or synthetic casings because they are more uniform and easier to handle on a large scale. Once the mixture is inside, the long strands are divided into linked sections, creating the familiar hot dog form. They are then cooked, usually by smoking or steaming. This fully cooks the product, firms up the texture, and, in the case of smoking, adds part of the flavor people associate with hot dogs. After cooking, some hot dogs keep their casing, while others become skinless. In those cases, the casing is removed, leaving the smooth surface most people recognize in grocery packs. From there, the hot dogs are cooled, packaged, sealed, and shipped out, ready to be grilled, boiled, or even eaten straight from the pack. By the time one ends up in a bun, it looks simple. But that simplicity is the result of a highly standardized chain of steps designed to make each hot dog look, feel, and taste almost exactly like the next. So by this point, the mystery is mostly gone, but the reputation is still there. Why people still feel weird about hot dogs. By this stage, most of the mystery has been removed. The ingredients are not imaginary, the process is not random, and the logic behind the product is easy enough to follow. And yet, hot dogs still carry a strange reputation that many other everyday foods avoid. There are three main reasons. The first is trimmings. Even when they are edible, regulated, and normal within meat processing, many people hear the term and translate it into low quality. The second is that hot dogs belong to the category of processed meat, which means they are often discussed through the lens of health concerns. The third is visual. Once people see meat reduced to a smooth paste, they react to the appearance before they think about the purpose behind it. That response is not unique to hot dogs. In general, people are more comfortable with food when it still resembles its original form. A steak looks easy to understand. A roast feels familiar. But the more a food reveals the mechanics of processing, the more artificial it can seem. That helps explain why hot dogs became a symbol of industrial food. They make the modern system visible in a way many products do not. But seen fairly, they belong to the same world as countless other processed foods people eat without much thought. They are not some uniquely sinister invention, but they are also not something meant to stand in for fresh daily eating, and that leads to the real answer, which is simpler than the reputation suggests. Not a mystery, just a modern food. So what is really inside a hot dog? In the simplest terms, it is real meat, seasoning, and carefully controlled additives, all brought together through a highly standardized process. It is not fake food, and it is not built from the bizarre ingredients people often imagine when the jokes start circulating. At the same time, it is not a simple homemade food either. A hot dog belongs to the modern industrial world of eating, where foods are designed to be affordable, portable, consistent, and stable enough to move through large systems of production and sale. That is what gives it its shape, texture, color, and long shelf life. And that is what makes it more interesting than it first appears. A hot dog lasts only a few minutes in your hand, but behind it sits a longer story about European sausages, immigration, street food, factory efficiency, food safety, and mass culture. It looks like one of the simplest foods in everyday life, but like many simple things, it carries more history and design than most people ever notice. Sometimes the foods we question the least are the ones with the longest stories to tell. The next time you see a hot dog, you probably will not look at it quite the same way again. If there is another everyday thing you want us to break down, leave it in the comments below. And if you enjoy stories hidden inside simple things, subscribe to Secret of Simple Things and stay with us for the next one.